up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Kai, and here on my channel I like to talk a lot about my lifestyle and fitness, and I've been meaning to talk about my fitness journey for the longest time, but I always thought I would talk about it once I felt like I made it. However, as I've been going through it and it's become a part of my life, I realized that you never really make it. And I know that sounds really scary if you came here looking for tips to lose weight and stuff. It's not in a bad way, like it just becomes part of your life. There's always something new to achieve, there's always something new to learn or something new to accomplish, so I feel like it just becomes part of you and just how you live your life. So I was like, you know what, I can make this and hopefully this inspires you guys, because I, like many people, started working out because I wanted to lose weight, but like now that like I'm in it, I realize how much I just love fitness, movement, and how it's incorporated into my life. So I hope that helps you guys out. And I also wanted to share my journey just in case you guys are also in the same boat. Everyone has like a different like story, so hopefully just my story helps you out if you're like on the same boat as me or can relate to something. I'm here for you. Some things before we get started. Disclaimer: I am not a doctor, I'm not certified with anything nutrition or fitness, like I'm not a personal trainer or anything, so please consult with a professional before like diving into anything. And this goes for like anything here online. There's a lot of people that mean well that are sometimes spreading misinformation. Please just talk to a professional. I will leave some YouTubers down below that you guys can check out, and a lot of them do have certifications, and that's also why I love them, because I love the way they come and talk about nutrition and fitness and all that stuff that's very needed in this space. Because again, this is your health. Like, this is not just like, oh, I'm gonna try this beauty product. Like, this is your health. Always seek professionals and all of that information. So like I said, I'm not a professional yet. I am trying to get my nutrition certification, so I'll be working on that soon and all of that stuff, but I'm not yet. So like, this is just me sharing my journey. I'm not saying that if you do everything I did you'll get the same results. It's just to give you like a guideline, if that makes sense. Also, I am eating at a caloric deficit. Caloric deficits look different on different people. There's so much that goes into it. Obviously, if you go to like a nutritionist and they can calculate that for you, specifically for you, it's the best. However, I will leave a calculator which is from Precision Nutrition down below. I will say this is probably the closest one. I will say that calculators online are barely like not the best, I'm not gonna lie. I would say Precision Nutrition is one that I feel like gets the closest. Like, it's not as crazy as any of the other ones. Probably my favorite one, so I'll link that down below too if you guys want to check that out. Because again, I'm not gonna give out the number that I'm eating at just because it's not gonna be beneficial for any of you guys. It's not gonna be the same for all of you, and that's very, very important. I'm also 5'2". Just like, I feel like this is just a lot of disclaimers because I feel like this is also information that I feel like people don't really talk about, but everyone holds weight differently. For example, me and my sister are the same height, but she and I hold our weight so differently. My highest weight just in general in my life has been 160, so I did lose 30 pounds. So I currently weigh 130. Like, again, I'm not sharing that to be like, this is where you should be. No, like, this is just where I'm at, and something that I will get to obviously when I get there. I haven't technically lost any weight. I've been 130 for months now. However, I have lost body fat, because losing weight and losing body fat are two different things, and that could be a whole video in itself. So if you guys have questions on that, let me know. So like I said, like, this isn't like this is the weight you should be, or like if you're this weight and you're like, what, like I'm off or something. Scale weight is complicated. Like, I feel like that's my disclaimer. Like, there's a lot that goes into scale weight, so like, don't freak out. Like, I was actually debating of giving my weight numbers because I was like, I don't want anyone to think like this is what you should be. No, like, it just looks different on anyone, and it's just currently where I'm at. I'm also gonna be talking about food here and there, not too intensely. I won't be talking about like tracking or anything, so I just want to give that heads up just in case. So yeah, that is it for the disclaimers. I just wanted to get that out of the way because, like, again, like, I'm trying to give you guys a good perspective. Like I said, I feel like people here share their journeys, and it's not all bad. Like, I feel like they mean well, but sometimes they just, you know, there's misinformation out there, and I want to just be as clear as possible because it's a journey, y'all. So yeah, let's get into the video. So as a child, I was actually pretty slim. It's kind of weird like looking back at pictures and realizing that, yeah, like, I was pretty slim, but it's mostly because my mom had us playing outside all the time. I'm the youngest of 4 kids, so I understand her. She was probably like, they need to be outside doing stuff, especially like in the summers when we were all like at home and not at school. So we would play outside a lot, which I think was great because we got that part of it. However, I was very accident prone. I actually have tons of scars. I have like scars under my chin, I have scars on my leg, because your girl will get hurt playing outside a lot. So there was a point that like I did start playing. My mom would just be like, you're getting Barbies now, I'm playing indoors. But yeah, most of the time she would have us playing outside. We were also a lower income family, so we never played sports. Well, I know I didn't play sports. I know my older brother did play sports. He played soccer. But then other than that, like, the rest of us really didn't play sports because sports is expensive. So I didn't really play sports at all. Like, I was just like, play outside, I don't know, play with the community kids and then just ended up playing inside, and that was basically it for like activity wise. Then with being low income, we never really had like fun snacks at home because my mom would just buy like the food that we needed. She was really great at sales and stuff. Like, I'm good at sales just because of her. I know this is kind of a weird point to bring up, but I wanted to bring this up because this plays into like my college life and once I had my own money, because you know, we'll get there. Growing up, we never really had like fun snacks that are readily available. If she did buy like snacks, we would only be allowed to get one once a day. Like, it was just because she was trying to make it last longer. Like, in total, it's 6 of us, like both my parents, 4 kids. She was just trying to make whatever snack last as long as possible, which I understand, like now that I'm older, that like she was just trying to do that too, you know, make sure she got the money's worth. So that's how we kind of grew up. Then into middle school, my body started developing very early in life, like towards like 4th grade, and that was not fun. I actually got bullied because I started dressing really like oversized type of clothes in 4th grade, and I got bullied because people were like, you look like a tomboy. And it's just because my body started developing very early and it made me very uncomfortable. So then getting into middle school, I would say that I had like a very average body type. Like, I was neither one way or the other, very average, which wasn't bad. I think it just was noticeable. Like, I did have a friend in middle school she was like the prettiest person ever, but like next to her I seemed a lot larger than she was, just because she was very slim. In general though, like I was still very average, so like I never felt like I was overweight. I feel like weight never really came into the picture. I think for me, I don't know how to explain it, I was just very insecure in general, and it wasn't just because of weight. I just naturally didn't feel very pretty. I feel like I had a lot of other insecurities. Like, for example, my nose is still an insecurity. It's not like the cutest nose ever. I didn't have braces back then, so my teeth were horrible. So in general, I just didn't feel pretty, and it sounds weird saying that I'm thankful for it, but like in a way, my other insecurities didn't allow me to think about weight yet. I knew that I wasn't like the slimmest person ever, but like since I was insecure about other things, like I wasn't thinking about like weight. And then I got into high school, and the same thing. I feel like I was still very average. Again, neither here nor there. Like, if you look at me, I just look very average. And then in high school, like it was actually really cool because my high school actually offered dance instead of PE, and I realized how much I loved dance. I still need to go take dance classes. That's like one of my missions. I love dance so much. But then other than that, like I was never the person that like tried super hard in PE. Like, I wasn't like running the mile. Like, I always walked the mile. Like, I wasn't gonna try, y'all. I would do the bare minimum in PE. And yeah, like I wasn't active or anything. At this time, obviously phones came into the picture, so like I would just get home, be on my phone, try to connect with people online, do my homework. Like, I wasn't moving at all during this time, other than like my classes of like dance and stuff, and that was pretty much it. Like, I wasn't moving, and again, weight still wasn't like an insecurity for me. I did know that I wasn't like the skinniest person, so there was times that I'd be like, let me just do like a workout, and like I would do one and then never work out again, because it wasn't a big like issue for me yet. So that was like a thing. Like, I just never thought about it yet, because again, I was insecure about other things. I didn't have the prettiest hair. I didn't know how to style my hair. I didn't wear any makeup. Your girl had other insecurities, okay? I actually grew up very insecure. That's like a huge thing. Even now, like I still like struggle with like insecurity. I feel obviously a lot better. I have a little bit more confidence now, but yeah, like I had horrible like self-esteem. I compared myself a lot to other people. Sometimes I still do, you know, it's hard to break that, but yeah, that's kind of what happened there. And then college, I feel like obviously like most people, college, you know, there's the freshman 15, and this is definitely where my idea of weight changed, because obviously this is the time that I had my own money, because I had my own job for like the first time ever, and I realized I can go to In-N-Out every day. I was buying food all the time, and it wasn't like, oh, I'm buying food because I'm hungry. My mentality was, oh, for the first time ever, I have money and I can buy snacks that I couldn't easily buy, you know, which again came just from like not being able to have it when I was like younger. Now I don't do that, especially not just because of like weight. It's more of just saving money, because your girl can drop a lot of money on snacks for some weird reason. I can be saving that money for something else. But yeah, let me get back to it. In college, I would just be going to In-N-Out. Me and my friends would go to In-N-Out. We would go to coffee shops. We would go like, if there was like a new like froyo place opening, we would go. Like, we were always out and about buying snacks, and it was just because I was like, this is the first time I can buy it, let's go. It's actually funny because I was a commuter all 4 years in college, and I was like, oh, like the freshman 15 is more for people in the dorms, but no, it like applies to us as well, because if you're a commuter, you know, especially if you have like classes in awkward times. Like, you're gonna stay on campus majority of the time because you don't want to like leave. My job was also on campus, so I was on campus a lot of the time, so I would just go to like the little snack shop that we had on campus and like just buy snacks. Thinking about it now, I can't stop laughing because like I straight up bought like a pint of Ben and Jerry's one day and ate it all. Like, girl, why didn't you buy real food? I don't know. However, this is also where I became the most insecure. I went to school here in California that was by the beach, and it honestly had the prettiest people ever. I'm Hispanic and my school did not have many of us. So my insecurities first stemmed up from that. Everybody was blonde, everyone was very fit. I definitely did not blend in. I was definitely the low percentage, but like I feel like my insecurity started off there because then I definitely felt like, okay, I'm not like the most common person here. Like, I felt like I was sticking out in like the worst ways. But yeah, that's kind of where my insecurities also crept up, because I was like, I'm definitely not as fit as people here. I definitely don't look like people here, and I was just getting very, very insecure. And this is also when I started gaining weight, because again, I was just eating out so much because I was like, oh, I have the ability to go to do that. Even with friends, majority of the times of us hanging out was going out to like eat or something, or going out to do something. Also, if you're like in Orange County here in California, there's so many good coffee shops here. Literally, I feel like there's always like new coffee shops still being open now. So this is what we were doing all the time. I think one of the good things of the job that I had on campus was that I had a facilities job. It was actually a horrible job. Literally hated this job so much. I feel like I can say it now because it's been years. I hated this job so much. Basically, facilities job was like helping like the people who like help out the facilities, like taking out the trash on campus, fixing stuff. I think the only thing that benefited from that job was that it did have me on my feet a lot. I was walking around campus, taking out trash. I was always on my feet. It was a very physically demanding job, I guess you can say, because we were painting dorms. During the summers I would work, and like my school in particular, they were remodeling a lot, so like I would go help and like clean up, and it was very physically demanding. So I feel like that helped out because I wasn't working out at all. I was just, you know, studying and eating, and that was it. Also, a side note, I don't have many pictures. I have pictures of my childhood, but then from middle school and high school I don't have any pictures because your girl was very insecure. In college I do have some here and there, but again, I was like very insecure. I would pose a separate way. Even now I'm a little insecure. I don't know if you guys noticed, but like if you go on my Instagram, there's like no pictures of just like my face. It's funny because I feel like I obviously film so you guys can see my face, but like on pictures I always have my sunglasses on. I feel like I'm also just not photogenic, so like I feel like I also don't have like pictures to show, which in a way I'm like I did it because I was insecure, but then it was like, you know, memories. I don't know what I'm saying now. I feel like that job was the only thing that kept me kind of like moving, was because it was physically demanding. I was up on my feet a lot, but that was basically it. I was just sitting down, hanging out, not really doing anything. And then I graduated, and then that's kind of where things got worse. I got an office job, and the first office job that I had a lot of treats, which coupled with the fact that now I was just sitting for like 8 hours and getting free treats, it was just not a good combination. Like most people who get office jobs, you guys know it's really hard to move because you're just at your desk all day. And again, it's my first office job. Like, I was just trying to figure it out, trying to do things right, and I gained a lot more weight here. What was funny too is that again, I was getting paid a big girl check now, so I was actually eating even more because I was like, oh, I can actually go out to like a restaurant, like a sit-down restaurant, because I didn't grow up going to sit-down restaurants like at all. Like, we never went to a sit-down restaurant. Like, it was rare, and when we did, it was like, oh, this is like a big deal, like we're eating out. We never went out. So like now that I was like, I have a big girl job, I can do this, I would just go all out and be like, I can go to this restaurant now, I can buy this now. And it was just not just with food. Your girl was spending way too much money when she got her first paycheck. This is why I have monthly resets if you guys subscribe. But yeah, so like I was definitely eating out more, which again isn't a bad thing. I still eat out now, but it's just at the time I was overly doing it. Like, I was always like, I want to go out and about because I can. It was more not like because I wanted it, it was more because like I can, which like, girl, that's not a reason. During this time is when I hit my heaviest weight, which is 160. What also was interesting is that like I never did anything about it. I saw 160 and I was like, oh, okay, this is my heaviest weight. I knew that I was like heavier, but like I didn't do anything about it. And this actually gets to the funny part. This is so embarrassing to say, but I'm gonna say it. My first fitness journey did not start because I realized I was overweight. I started my first fitness journey in 2018 because I got my heart broken. Yay! I'm saying it to be honest, but it's so embarrassing to say that like your girl was sad and went to the gym because of that. Thanks, heartbreak. But yeah, So in 2018, I got my heart broken. So I started my fitness journey. It was at actually the end of January 2018. Like, I literally remember this so clearly because it's vividly in my mind. I was actually in grad school at this time as well. The grad school that I ended up going to had a gym, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go there because it's right there. I can access it, everything. But yeah, I solely started working out because I was heartbroken. And I call this whole part my first fitness journey, and you guys will see why, because I feel like where I'm currently at right now is like my second fitness journey, and it's like the one that's sticking. So I just wanted to separate that because you'll see once I explain. But yeah, this was my first fitness journey, and again, I was sad. I was like, let me go to the gym. Something I really liked about the school gym that I went to is that they had like the people that were getting their degrees in like kinesiology and stuff, like helping out like students. And I actually really liked that because obviously it's like people that get you. I was horrible. Like, I had no idea what I was doing. I literally the first day just went on the treadmill and that was it. Cool, peaced out, that was it. And then I honestly genuinely did not know what to do at the gym, you guys. I straight up would just do everything in one session. And what I mean, like, I would go in and I would go to the dumbbells and do some curls. Then I would see the stairs and do some time at the stairs. And then if any of the leg machines, like the leg press were open, I would go do that. And then I would go do cables. Literally, I would do so much because I would just go, like, basically I did a round of the gym, and anything that was open I just did it because I had no like clear understanding of like what to do. My school gym did offer like a trainer, so I did do that. Like, I think I only had like 2 or 3 sessions with the guy that they gave me, so I would just recreate the things that he had me do. But other than that, like, I still had no idea what I was doing. And like, again, I was in grad school, so then by March I was working my final paper. A lot of personal stuff started happening, so I was like, you know what, the gym is just the last thing on my mind. Again, like, weight was never the thing that I was like, oh my gosh, I have to do this. Like, I'm super insecure about it. Again, I was just insecure about everything else. I decided to stop because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna focus on my paper so I can graduate. Just a lot of stuff in my personal life was going on that I was like, I'd rather just stay home and like relax, you know, and just breathe. Working out wasn't important, you know. So fast forward to May of 2018, I graduated. And then this is kind of where I did realize I was kind of insecure about my weight, because I took my graduation pictures, and obviously if you guys get a master's, you get the hood, and I feel like in all my pictures you can just see like the weight on my face. This is like the first time I will say that like my weight was a huge insecurity, that I was like, okay, I need to lose weight. So literally I graduated on a Wednesday, and that Saturday I went to my local gym and signed up, got a membership. They did upsell me and I got a personal trainer, which in a way I was okay, because again, I didn't know what I was doing in the gym anyway, so I was like, you know what, having someone tell me what to do, I'm cool with. A little quick side note, you don't need a trainer to succeed. I'm just like a very awkward and shy person, and I hate looking dumb, so I feel like I wanted to have like someone tell me what to do, or like someone guide me, just because I would hate looking dumb in front of like a gym. Because obviously in the school gym, like, who cares, but like in a local commercial gym, I was like very like nervous and scared. So I got a personal trainer just because like I was like, you know what, it makes sense for me to have one. I just wanted to learn. I'm a learner, and like if you tell me what to do, I can like do it type of deal. However, I don't think you need a personal trainer to succeed. Actually, my journey will have a lot of talk about different personal trainers, which can be a whole different video if you guys have questions. But yeah, I don't think you need a personal trainer to be successful. So my first personal trainer that assigned me actually left because she went back to school. So the second personal trainer that I had was actually one of my favorites. I really loved her. I think it's also because she like divided my schedule for the whole month. She taught Pilates classes, so she would incorporate her Pilates classes into my workout plan. So I would do Pilates like twice a week. I would do strength training with her, and then I would do one of the other like gym classes the other day, and then rest 2 days, which I thought was great. Obviously I was moving a lot more than like I was ever in my life. Like, I was completely out of shape, you guys, like bad. So obviously this is like the first time that I was actually moving and I was actually like working out. So I did end up losing a lot of weight during this time. Again, I will say food was not like the best during this time, also because I didn't know what to do. One side point that I will give like my trainer, and it's not her fault, she just didn't have a nutrition certification, was that she also didn't know how to talk to me about food, because honestly she shouldn't have, because she didn't have the certification. But like, she would just be like, are you eating your vegetables? And I would just be like, oh yeah. But like, that gave me so much anxiety, because then I was like, oh my gosh, should I just be eating vegetables? Like, it was just giving me more anxiety than I needed. But during this time I was just like, I'm gonna eat smarter. Like, basically I would just cut out things were like sugary. Sugar is like my downfall. I love sugar, I love ice cream, I love cookies, all of that. So I would just eat smarter, where like I would just take that out, and obviously I lost weight. So by November of 2018 I was around like 138 pounds. So by this point obviously I was still training, but then I was like, you know what, let me stop training. I don't think I need training anymore. I think I know stuff. But here's the thing, I did not know stuff. This is actually something that will come up again. I depended a lot on my personal trainer to tell me what to do, because there was even days where she'll like cancel training because she had like something going on, and I just wouldn't work out because I was like, I don't know what to do, so I'm not gonna work out today. Honestly, on me, because I feel like I would just show up and be like, just tell me what to do, the end. Like I wouldn't try to like learn what I was doing or like figure out like what the workout plan is. I decided to quit because I was like, you know what, I also had to pay back my student loans at this point, so I was like, you know what, saving money. So it wasn't like a bad thing. I feel like I overestimated my fitness abilities because I was not prepared at all to like do this by myself. She was really kind enough to give me all my workouts that we had done together because she would write them down. But even then, like if there was something not available, I wasn't smart enough to think of like what can I replace it, like what's a good alternative for that specific exercise. Like I would just be like, oh, screw this workout, we're done, it's not working out. I did that for a couple months. So from like December 2018 to February 2019 I was working out by myself at the gym. But then I was like, you know what, let me just stop my membership at the gym and I'm gonna work out at home. Which, look, I'm not good at working out at home. And this isn't a bad thing. Like something that I want to point out right now is that like everyone has different ways. If you like HIIT, go for it. I don't like HIIT, I just don't. But if you like it, go for it. Like there's no wrong way to move, is what I'm trying to say. If you like something, go for it. I am not good at working out at home. It's just not my thing, and I don't know why I thought I would be good at it, because I was not. So basically from 2019 on, started working out less, because again, I would just get home and then be like, oh, I'd rather just wear my PJs and be done for the day. So I wasn't trying to like work out, you know. So this is all that happened. So throughout 2019 I was like not working out at all. Like I was very consistent. I would be like, oh, maybe I'll work out today. I'll do like one workout and then forget about it again. It was just like this constant like battle of like me trying to figure out to work out. So yeah, that continued all 2019. I wasn't working out. I was gaining back the weight that I had lost, and then it was just like whatever. So then fast forward to 2020. So by January 2020 things were still looking up at this time, if you guys remember that time. This is gonna also sound stupid, but I remember watching, this is when the first season of Cheer came out, and I remember watching it and like, again, I always wanted to be like a dancer or like a gymnast. It makes me very sad that I'm not. So like seeing Cheer, I was super like, it just inspired me. Then I was like, oh, let me at least try to feel like I'm fit. So I went back to the gym, I re-signed up, and then the world closed because of the pandemic. Literally, I only had like a couple weeks at the gym before like everything started closing. So I was like, oh, for the rest of 2020 I wasn't moving at all, because again, I'm not good at working out at home. If you're good at working out at home, props to you. My sister's really great at working out at home. Like she's lost weight from home workouts. If you'd rather work out at home, honestly, keep going, go for it. You can lose weight and like do all that stuff. So don't think that you have to be at the gym. It's just everyone has a different preference. I prefer to go to the gym because I feel like I need to get out of like my current mindset type of deal. I also don't like working from home. That's a whole different topic, but like I feel like for me, I need like clear dividers of like my everyday life or like my spaces. So like my home has to be my home, if that makes sense. So yeah, for the rest of 2020 I wasn't working out at all. Like literally no working out, period. I wasn't even trying to pretend to like do a workout. Like I was just not moving. Obviously, like most people, we were trying new things during this time because we were all stuck at home. So I got a lot into cooking. I made great things. I also was trying a lot more baking, and yes, I was great at baking. Y'all, I can make pies and cookies. I'm amazing. Definitely eating a lot more. Actually, during this time, there was one time that I decided to weigh myself, like during the summer of 2020, and I did weigh 170, which means that I gained back all the weight I had lost. But again, at this point I was like, there's nothing I can do. Like I'm not gonna work out at home, so I just kind of let it happen. So yeah, that was basically the rest of 2020. I didn't bother to work out. So I call this the end of my first fitness journey, because that was it. Like I kind of forgot about working out basically at this point. So that's why I call this my first fitness journey. So then fast forward to my second fitness journey, which is now. And I feel like I also am thankful, because I feel like I am also coming to my fitness journey in a different way now, where it's not just about weight loss, if that makes sense. So I ended up going back to the gym. I don't remember when my gym opened. I want to say it was like March 2021 when like it was officially back on. Technically they were open before, but they were doing everything outside, and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna go because I don't want to work out outside. I know I live in California, but I get cold very easily. So they were doing it outside in like January, February, and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna be cold. So I just kind of was like, okay, bye. So I waited till like they moved everything back indoors, so which was in March. So at this point I also had a lot of sessions left in training. My trainer who I had, she actually ended up moving because her husband had gotten a different job, so I ended up getting a different trainer, And my new trainer, he was also great, and he was like an athlete. So I think at this point too, I was trying to just be fit in like athletic ways. Like I didn't want to just be like skinny. Like I wanted to feel like if I can go try it for a sport, I can make it type of deal. So having him was actually a cool like switch, because he was coming from like an athletic perspective, and when I told him that, he's like, cool, we could train like an athlete. And I was like, you know what, yes. So obviously I wanted to lose weight still, because basically I had gained back all the weight that I lost and some. So I was like, you know what, let's focus on weight loss. He did have a nutrition certification, which I think was very helpful, because he did calculate my like my deficit, my maintenance, and all of that. That was really cool, because that was like the first time that I actually saw that. And this is actually when I first started working out mainly on strength training. With my old trainer, we did do strength training, but like again, she had me do other stuff like in between. But this was the first time that I was like, okay, we're just solely doing strength training. Also, my goals with him were very like performance wise. So like the first few months we were working on getting my push-ups. So he would have me do a lot of things that like will help me get push-ups, stuff like that, which was really cool, because then it was like, oh, okay, we can create our workout to get like into a specific performance type of deal. So again, that was very helpful for me, because then I was realizing like, oh, okay, like I'm not just working out to lose weight, I'm working out because there's goals that I want to achieve in different ways, if that makes sense. And getting a push-up is like a big deal for someone who never moved, like wasn't athletic at all. Like getting a push-up is a big deal. So like it was fun that like my workouts were kind of organized to get me stronger in that sense. Over the months I started losing weight and all of that fun stuff. I was realizing that I was getting stronger. My trainer, he did push me a lot to do like very heavy weights. So we were doing back squat, and he was like, you're gonna go heavier. He would have me do a lot of weight. We would have like days where we would just work on like my agility. Like he would have me like do like the ladder stuff. He would also like teach me more like, again, performance stuff, like do hang and clean, which I still haven't gotten yet. Like hang cleans, I think it's because it scares me. I know how to get the movement down, like I can do it with just the bar with no weights, but once you put weights on, I feel like I get scared. So I'm working on that. I'm still working on my pull-ups too. Again, that's something that we're like, oh, let's work on pull-up. And I think that's something that also just helped me in a way. Like obviously we didn't intend it to be that way, because again, like I came in being like, I want to lose weight, which again was still the priority. But I feel like for me was shifted in my head, and it's a very good shift, and it's something that I feel like I hope you guys can get to that point, is that like it's funner to get performance goals, if that makes sense. For me, I felt super accomplished once I got my push-up down, because I was like, oh my gosh, like I got a push-up down, and it felt so good to do something that I knew that I couldn't do before. So it wasn't like, oh, I lost 10 pounds, yay. I grew so much strength in my body that I can do that now. So then that's also when I started doing more performance goals, because I felt like I love the rush of being able to be like, I was at here and couldn't do it, and now I can. Because like even now, like I found a super old picture where like I was doing a deadlift and I was doing it with 25 pounds, and that was so heavy, and like now that's like my warm-up weight, and that makes me feel so happy. So that's kind of like where I was trying to get at. This is also where it becomes more of a lifestyle thing, more than just like time period, like I just want to lose weight and then be done. That's just not how it happens. You kind of have to think about it as a lifestyle change, and not like in a negative way. Movement should become part of your life, even if it's taking a walk once a day. Like that's very important. Like you need to walk. Like cardio is very good for your overall health, not just again weight. It's not just weight, it's good for your health. Your body needs that. This is also why I want to get my nutrition certification, because I'm Hispanic, and I feel like the way we have like the Hispanic community treats like weight loss and food and like movement is always in terms of weight loss, and that's not good. Movement is good for your body in general. Like your body functions, like it's not just about weight. So that's also why I want to like get my certifications, that and like start like working with people on that. I mean, I deal with it too with like my family. Like I'm like, oh, I'm going to the gym today, and they're like, you don't need to lose weight. But I'm like, I'm going to the gym because I want to like achieve goals. Like I'm not going solely for that anymore. Like I'm actually trying to get stronger, which actually kind of leads me to now. I did stop working out with my trainer during the summer of this year. So I had worked with my trainer from like March 2021 till about June 2022. So it's like almost a whole year of working out with my trainer, which was great. However, I feel like I was also at the point where like I was like, I need to learn to do this for myself. Like I don't want to keep depending on someone to like create my workout. I want to learn to do that for myself. Again, I don't think having a trainer is all bad. There is different trainers though, which again, if you guys want to hear more about trainers and all of that, let me know down below, because there's trainers that focus on different things. Sure, you can get your goal of like weight loss or whatever, but like each trainer like works differently. Like for example, the trainer, my first trainer, she was really into Pilates. Like she taught Pilates, so that was a big part of like how she like organized her plans. My second trainer was not about that. Like he was more of like an athletic trainer. They're just two different people with different like ways to go about it. It's not bad, it's just different people. During the interim of when my first trainer left because of her husband's job, I had like one interim trainer. It's not her fault, she just loved HIIT, and like I said, I don't like HIIT at all. But she incorporated HIIT into each of our workouts, so I remember dreading going to the gym because of that. And again, you don't want to dread going to the gym. Like, you want to actually enjoy what you're doing. I hope she's well, but like, she just wasn't the trainer for me. So if you guys want to hear more about trainers, let me know down below. So from June 2022, I just started doing it by myself, and I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm still very scared. Even till now, when I'm filming this, it is October 9th. I'm still very nervous of doing it by myself, because then I'm like, I don't know if I'm doing it right. Like, I'm a big stickler for form, so I'm like, am I doing my form right? I overthink. Like, honestly, people at the gym don't care about what you're doing, but then in my head I'm like, oh my gosh, if they see me doing this with horrible form, they're gonna be like, this girl's trash. I overthink a lot, and I feel like, again, like, I just want to learn to do it by myself, but then like, I'm also learning how my body moves. So like, right now there's a local nutrition shop that's running a competition, and I decided to sign up just because I was like, you know what, I need like the motivation. So I actually designed my own program. Basically, the split that I'm doing right now, it's like push day, legs, then I have a cardio day, then I do a pull day, and then another leg day. And honestly, like, I was really nervous because I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna get results. Also, I want to point out, my mentality switched from losing weight to losing fat and gaining muscle. Losing weight and losing body fat are two different things. I feel like a lot of people don't think about that. So that's actually something that where I'm at personally. I'm not thinking about losing weight because, and this is, I feel like there's a lot I want to say all at once, but that's kind of where I'm at right now. So with this competition at this local nutrition shop, they're actually calculating how much muscle you gain and how much body fat you lose, and I think that's great because my weight has stayed the same since June. I want to point that out. It's October right now. My weight has stayed the same. I've been 130 since June, but I have gained muscle and lost body fat. And I think that's something, again, really important because so many people just want to focus on that weight loss number. Thankfully, I did work with a nutritionist because they have certified nutritionists at this shop. So they were actually like calculating on my like calorie deficit and all that stuff, and like my TDE and all that stuff. And even he did say, he's like, look, your weight is probably gonna stay the same, but your muscle will go up and your body fat will go down. So he did tell me, he's like, don't freak out, like, it's gonna probably stay the same, but you're gonna see your body change in good ways. And that's, again, something that I hope to share with you guys. Like, if you guys leave from this video with anything, is to focus more on that. I know it's super easy to just hop on a scale and be like, oh my gosh, the weight says this, but there's so many things that happen with like the scale weight that's just not like super ideal. I'm actually gonna include it down below, but Meg Squats did a great video on how to track your progress that's not just looking at the scale, and she has a lot of different ways, and I think it's great because, again, weight scale, sure, every once in a while can be good because, like I said, I've been the same weight since June, but however, I have seen my body change a lot. Like, my arms are starting to get way more toned lately. Like, I touch them all the time because I was like, oh my gosh, like, I feel like my muscles are coming in. I've seen myself shift, my mentality shift from like just wanting to lose weight to wanting to get stronger. And like, I feel like I never thought that I would be that person. Like, I always thought like, oh, I'm just gonna focus on weight loss and like that's it. But like, seeing my mentality shift to being like, oh, I want to be stronger, like I want to gain muscle, I actually want to push like heavier weights, like that's been a huge shift for me. So it's been really fun to see myself change in that way. And I feel like that's something that I see a lot of people, like, once they get more involved into this, realize a lot of people do start this journey just wanting to lose weight. You're probably watching this video because you want to lose weight too, and it's not a bad thing. You can try to lose weight. Like, it's not like, I'm not saying like, oh my gosh, don't lose weight, you're terrible. You could lose weight, go for it. I feel like even if you don't think about it, there's gonna come a moment where you're gonna realize that you're gonna enjoy just like moving your body and doing just things for yourself. Again, movement is not just for weight loss, it's for like your overall body health. I had actually already started my health science degree, so like I remember having a whole class on like optimizing health and just like the benefits of like cardio and how that helps like your blood flow and all of that stuff. Like, exercise is not just to lose weight, it's also just for your overall health. So even if it's taking a walk, just go for it. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, where like my mentality has shifted into like, I want to just overall be like a healthier person, not just being like, oh my gosh, I'm so like slim and fit. Like, it's just more of like, I feel like I want to be stronger, like I want to make better choices for my life and just like my health in general. That's something very important to me, that like I don't want to just be like, oh, I'm gonna just lose weight. Like, I just want to overall be healthier, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. All of my workouts right now are focused into gaining muscle, losing body fat. Again, I don't want to talk too much about food. Again, I'm not sharing my deficit, but I am eating a lot more food and I am making this progress, which again is great. Something I'm gonna say is that a lot of these calorie tracking apps start very low, is what I'm gonna say, and that's actually kind of terrible. Like, as an industry whole, like, why is that a thing? But yeah, I'm thankfully like I'm eating so much more food now that I thought. Having the ability to actually eat more has been so like good for me. I don't feel guilty about food. But yeah, that's kind of where I've been at. That's kind of my journey. I just wanted to share with you guys because if it helps you out, I'm here to help out. I hope it made sense. I know that was a bit rambly here and there, but I hope that made sense for you guys. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below. Overall, I just want people to be healthier. Again, I'm trying to get my nutrition certification, so I'm going to start that again soon, because again, I had started my health science degree, but I put that on pause to focus on getting my nutrition certification first. So that's kind of my goal right now. I just want to share my journey, and hopefully you guys can relate to it. And if you need some inspiration, like, it's possible. Like, I was never athletic, I never grew up moving often, so the fact that like I can like enjoy working out now, it's very good. I hope this was helpful in any way. If you guys have any questions down below, let me know. I would love to hear them. Don't forget to subscribe if you guys like this content. I do a lot of lifestyle blogs. I incorporate my fitness into that, and if you guys want to see any more specific fitness type videos, leave them down below. Like I said, once I get my nutrition certification, I do want to incorporate more of that from, again, a knowledgeable perspective. That is my main goal, so definitely stick around. Don't forget to give this a thumbs up and comment down below any questions or anything you want to share. Like, I hope to be like a positive influence into this space and help you guys out in any way possible, give you guys some inspiration, or if you guys have any questions that you guys want answered, leave them down below. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That is basically it. Again, don't forget to leave questions, because I feel like there's so much we can talk about this. So yeah, I would love to hear it all down below, and that is basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in a different video.